my thought was, this is what TJ did. He just loved a lot of people.
Amen.
He loved a lot of people, and we're all here. So I would like to invite Rachel.
Yeah.
Howdy. I'm Rachel Levine. I'm T's friend and roommate of 12 years. T took care of my household and took care of me personally and brought joy and music and laughter into the home. T loved nature. He loved hiking. He wore his binoculars every day. He enjoyed identifying birds, trees, blooms, and the sexual identity of the contestants on Jeopardy! We competed in Jeopardy! Every night, and every night he threatened to kick my ass, and he usually did, but not always. And if we got an answer that none of the contestants got, we'd go solo. And I was always amazed at the profound and obscure answers he would get. And when I asked him how he knew this stuff, he would raise his eyebrows up and down and say, "I'm smart." Then he told me he paid attention in class. So it was no surprise when I learned he graduated 5th in his high school class.
That's right.
We watched a lot of television. We streamed West Side Story, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Lost in Space, the old show and the new show, and Divers, Drive-Ins, and Dives. We watched the Celtics. I knew nothing about basketball, so I used to ask them questions. How many on a team? What are the players' names? What's the buzzers for? Who did their hair? Then I asked him a few more, and then he said, "Nope. Bye-bye. Good night. Drive safely." Hospice came. Shirley and I were in the room with the 2 nurses, and TJ said, "When else would I have 4 hot chicks working on me?" He kindled a lot of friendships. I met Shirley, and we became fast best friends. Shirley, Jimmy, and I held his hand for the rest of his life and told him how much we loved him and how much he was loved by everyone he knew. We lost. Tonight there's best friends from Grafton, Athol, Westboro, Worcester, open mics at Union Music, John Henry's Folk and A, and his beloved co-workers from Union Music. I hope tonight we can all make some new friends, and peace and love. TJ.
Anyways, last time I saw T was an open mic at Husky's Pubs about two months ago, and I stole some of his French fries and gave me a look. Other than that, I haven't seen him since then. This is a song, it's what it's all about. From the corners of the country, cities and afar, with years and years of living tucked up underneath their arms, well, they walked away from everything just to see a dream come true. So God bless the boys who make the noise on 16th Avenue, with $1 million spirit and an old flat-top town. They drove to town with all they owned in $100 car, 'cause one time someone told them about a friend of a friend they knew, who owns, you know, a studio on 16th Avenue. Now some are born to money, but they never had to survive, and others swing a 9-pound hammer just to stay alive. and white and black and blue. They all look the same while seeking fame on 16th Avenue.
It's going to take a minute, half a minute to set up for that.
Well, every night for a couple of years they all make a turn back. Every Merle, Bob and Eddie, even Mary, John and Jack, every Mickey, Chris and Rory, just as Sonny if it's true. They all dial the phone, collect from home from 16th Avenue. Ah, but then one night in some empty room where no curtains ever hung, like a miracle, them golden words roll off of someone's tongue. And after years of being nothing, they're all looking right at you. And then for a while they go and slide on 16th Avenue. Yes, some will make a million and others just get by. And you won't know that some exist until the day they die. You can say that you don't need them, but I really think you do. 'Cause in terms of songs, the world belongs to 16th Avenue. Hey, it looks so uneventful, so quiet and discreet, but a lot of lives were changed there on that little one-way street. 'Cause they walked away from everything just to sing for me and you. So God bless the boys who make the noise on 16th Avenue. From the corners of the country, from the cities and the farms, oh, with the years and years of living tucked up underneath their arms. Well, they walked away from everything just to see a dream come true. So God bless the boys who make the noise on 16th Avenue.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody? I'm sure I know no one here and no one here knows me. I'm gonna cry, so. TJ was my first serious boyfriend in 1982. We dated from 1982 to 1985, and I never saw him again after we broke up. He was such a beautiful soul, right? I mean, so amazing. I wrote some things because I knew I'd get a little worked up. So, let's see. I met him at the Sole Proprietor. He came in one night with his dad for dinner, and he asked me out. And I was like, okay. So, of course, he asked me out for a Tuesday, so did I believe it was real? No. Who asked somebody out for a Tuesday, right? So, he asked me to go to JC's to see the Mitch Shahor band. And for 2.5 years, we went every Tuesday night to see Mitch. And my favorite memories of TJ were his warm smile, his genuine spirit, and just the way he could light up a room just by coming into it. Did anybody know him in the 80s?
Yes.
So remember those red pants?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember those red pants? He wore those red pants every Tuesday night. It was the highlight of the night. I loved how he would just help people and had no idea he was doing so. He was such a beautiful, gentle soul. What about his hair in the 80s? Yes. We all still want that hair, right? And his dance moves. Did he still dance like that to this day? Do we have a video of that I can see somewhere? I would love to see that, the way he danced. The way he loved his mother. If you knew his mother, she was just as beautiful as he was. He loved Fraggle Rock. Did anybody know that about him? He loved Fraggle Rock. We went to a Yes concert once and I never saw him so happy. It was a great night. and we ate a ton of tempura vegetables with cocktail sauce. So the next time you eat tempura, think of TJ. I'm just so happy to be here with all of you people. He would be so happy to see all of you, and thank you for welcoming me.
Thank you.
TJ was the person who told me about this open mic, John Henry's. I lived in Worcester decades ago, and I live in Rhode Island now. So there's somebody from Rhode Island. I was still going up to Union Music. That's my music store. Went to his open mic a few times, and I loved his energy. He was so high energy and so positive and so welcoming and lovely person. So anyway, and he was so entertaining and so funny, so I thought I would do a silly song. Helps if it's on. I got a friend named Sally. She works down at the bowling alley. If you got an evening with nothing to do, stop in and say hello. She'll let you try on a beautiful pair of bowling shoes. Hey, bowling shoes. You don't even have to bowl, you just feel like you're in control when you're wearing those bowling shoes. Ba-da-da-da. Now little Davy, all he had was a sling. Big old Goliath, he just laughed at such a thing. But when Goliath went up with a rock upside his head to his friends and how did you do it? Hey man, it was great. And all that David said was, it was them bowling shoes. Hey, bowling shoes. You don't even have to bowl, just take a stroll. You see what I mean when I talk about bowling shoes. Ba-da-da-da. Rich widow lived in town. She'd entertain all week, but when Sunday come around, she'd close the curtains, send the children home, lock the doors and walk around the house with nothing on except her bowling shoes. She was so comfortable that way. Bowling shoes. You don't even have to bowl, just feel it deep down in your soul. You know those bowling shoes, it feels so good. Now Jeff and Sally, they got married last June. They went to the Holiday Inn for their honeymoon. Early next morning, over breakfast in bed, he said, how did it feel? She said, dear, it was great, but to tell you the truth, it would have been better if I'd been wearing my, you know, bowling shoes. You don't even have to bowl, you just feel like you're in control when you're wearing those bowling shoes. No, you don't even have to bowl, you just feel like you're in control when you're wearing those bowling shoes. Oh, you don't even have to bowl, you just feel like you're in control when you're wearing those bowling shoes.
Well, Rick is setting up for me. Some of you have seen the video that TJ so wonderfully played the ukulele for me to tap dance to King of the Road. And in February and March of this year, some people had come up to me and asked me, are you going to tap dance again? And then when we were thinking about this memorial, Rick Levine said, you know, I suggest that you dance in TJ fashion. Well, I just happened to be learning a routine to If My Friends Could See Me Now with my teacher at the Hanover. So the first part of this is somewhat of her choreography, and the second part, we'll see what happens. It's in some improv with TJ in mind.
See me now, that little end of mine. I'm reading fancy chow and drinking fancy wine. I'd like those full bones to see for a fact the kind of top drawer first rate chums I attract. All I can say is wow, look where I am. Tonight I land pop right in a pot of jam. What a stand up, holy cow! It's never been seen in my living good. See me now, my little whiskey group. Traces out the city, down the coop. I hear the six shot cats say, brother, get her straight from the bedspread made from 3 kinds of birds. All I can say is, wow, wait till the river rats. See just exactly how beside me what a crowd. What a build up all in town. Can never believe it if my friend could see me now.
To the girl that sang the bowling shoes, where are you? Did she sleep? Hi, I'm wearing T's bowling shirt. If I had known, I would have let you wear the shirt. It would have been right and perfect. So I know a lot of you have amazing stories about tea. And didn't we all love tea?
Yeah.
Nobody didn't love tea. Always full of wit and charm and all his little tea words. I'll get back to you on that. I'll be the judge of that. Maybe. He had all these little clever things that we all loved about him. And I know that you're going to tell a lot of stories about his life, but I just feel so privileged to tell the story about his death. 3 days before he passed, he called me and asked me to come help. And I've been his friend, his spiritual leader, friends, music friends, nurse, for many years. And he asked me to come. And I came right away. And the last 3 days, Rachel, T, and I just spent in reverie and talking and sharing and love and dealing with sick things, but dealing with real things. And I asked him, I said, T, in this phase of your life, did all of the things you really thought mattered matter? He said nothing really mattered. He was surrounded by people that he loved. Jimmy came the last day and he loved the Baha'i prayer book, and we read a prayer for him, and we talked to him, and we massaged him and sang him songs and surrounded him with joy. So in the last, and everybody knew that T's binoculars were part of the uniform. And so the last night, I ran to get the morphine, just to keep him really happy, and he was happy, I'm telling you like that. Yes, we kept him happy. So we got the last of the morphine, and I was talking to God, the universe, whoever, and I said, should I clear my plate? I don't know how many days I'll be here. I'm not really sure. Just kind of breathing, and as I walked into the house, right over his room, I heard 2 owls. Hoo-hoo, 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 hoo-hoo. So the sign of the owls means imminent death. And I knew it was soon. So I walked into the house, and Rachel and I gave him that last dose of morphine. And we were both just so hungry and tired, and we said, come on, let's just go eat. And we came back, and T had passed. Like within 30 minutes of the owls. And they were right over his house. Like right over his room. So all of the things in the passing we took care of, and as I'm leaving and walking down the hall and leaving and being in reverie and thinking, did we do everything right? Did everything go all right? And I walked out the door, and as I walked outside at 1 in the morning, there was an owl fest in the forest. And they were going, hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo, woo, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I want to hear everybody do their owls, because that was T's thing. Amen. So he is all right. He's with the birds. He's happy. And all is well. This is T's ukulele that was gifted to me. T taught me how to play. Not well, but he taught me how to play. This is the first song he taught me, and I think it's just so perfect for him. No sunshine when T's gone. It's not warm when he's away. There ain't no sunshine when he's gone, and he's always gone too long. Anytime he goes away, wonder this time where he's gone. Wonder if he's gonna stay. There ain't no sunshine when he's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime he goes away, 26 times that I'm gonna need your help. I know, 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 no, all by yourself. Hey, hey, leave the young thing alone. Ain't no sunshine when T's gone. Only darkness every day. There ain't no sunshine when he's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime he goes away, anytime he goes away.
Hello, hello.
Thank you so much, Shirley and Rachel, for being with him. I knew this was going to happen. So, hold on a minute.
It's okay.
You got it.
This is why we were going to get up and play a song, and I didn't think I could get through it, so this is why I'm just going to speak. My name's Sandy. TJ was one of my very best friends. There's a big hole there. And the day after he died, I didn't know that he had died, and me and Popo were sitting out on the back deck having our tea and coffee, and a beautiful marsh hawk came and sat right in the tree in front of us. We had never seen him there before. He was gorgeous, and I immediately thought of TJ, and then later on that day I found out that he passed, and I said that was a sign from T. So yeah, I think he's with the birds.
Definitely. He is the reason why I picked up the ukulele and started playing it. When he lived on Arlington Street in a little brick house, he was sitting on his daybed and he said, "Look what I got." And he picked up a little antique ukulele, and I said, "That's awesome." And he goes, "I bought it at Bob Jordan's tag sale." And I said, "I want one." And he said, "Well, Rachel just happens to be selling them out of her trunk." And I said, "Let's do it." So I bought a little $25 Johnson ukulele out of Rachel's trunk. And and I've been playing ever since. And that was, I think, I've known TJ since in the 1990s. But that was in 2007, the end of 2007, I believe, and I learned how to play it. And started playing out, and he got me a couple slots at the Uke Stock and the Ukapalooza, which Rich Lufstead runs. And the first one was at the Ship Room at the Vernon, and the second one was, I don't know, you guys, it was a white something or other. Yes, maybe, yeah. And he got up and played a Who song, Boris the Spider. And I was the one that was behind the scenes, dragging the big spider across the stage. And he smashed it with his ukulele, and he smashed his ukulele as well. And that caused a little bit of controversy, but leave it to T, right? So yeah, that was fun. We were in a band called the Sunbeams together. Any of you who know him may have heard about the Sunbeams, and it was a wonderful thing. We have a video somewhere that we did, and I have to find that. I'm going to post it on his page so that you can all check it out, but it's, oddly enough, it's a song by The Pretty Reckless, which is one of his favorite bands, my favorite bands, and we saw them together many times and met them backstage, took our pictures, and it's called Make Me Wanna Die. Yeah, but he's hamming it up in that video like you wouldn't believe. So I just have a couple more things. There's a cute little story I have. He was...
Excuse me one second, I need to pause you for 1 second. The person who has a red Hyundai, Electra needs to move that car right now, they're gonna tow it, you need to go to the State Street.
Red Hyundai.
Red Hyundai. Today. Anybody?
Is it an Elantra?
Oh,
okay,
there you go. I think, is that yours? The man with the mask?
But no one says it's theirs.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
Red Hyundai?
Okay, going once, going twice?
Toad.
Go right on.
So T was living in South Carolina with his mother. His mother was a wonderful woman, very vibrant. She was a female TJ, or TJ was a male mother, like his mother. He was just like his mother. But anyway, she was a wonderful person. So she lived in a gated community, and the gate was closed when we got there. There was no keeper at the gate, so we just went through. And then the next day we went and we did a sightseeing thing, and we came back, and the woman at the gate said, TJ was in the back seat, and he said, the woman said in her southern accent, "Are you staying?" And he said, "Yeah, they're staying with me." And she said, "Oh, let me get a pass for the window, for the car." So she gives us the pass. I just take the pass, we move along. I looked at the pass, and it said, S-T-A-N, Stayin'. So she thought TJ's name was Stayin'. And so it was a running joke we had since the day he died. Are you staying? Like, yeah, he'd get drunk, stay overnight, whatever. Are you staying? Yeah, so it was a funny little joke. So I'm going to end with, so grateful to have him as a presence in my life. And it's wonderful to be in this circle of friends that he created. And thank you all so much. And as TJ would say, peace and love to all of you.
I might just take this opportunity to say, another thing that TJ was wont to say that I can say to all of you who are performing, don't suck.
Well, just for that, I'm going to make an exception in my side. Well, the day I got the news that he had passed on and went with the Owls, I thought, I can't even imagine a world without TJ in it. And I thought, well, how are we going to deal with this? Because, well, he was just real important to me and to all of us. And I decided that any time that you get yourself into a situation where you're a little bit uncomfortable, or perhaps you're dealing with somebody who you might consider difficult in a human resources kind of way, just before you explode, just stand back and ask yourself, what would TJ do? And somehow you take care of it. I worked with him. I sold him his first ukulele. I got him his job at Union Music. I knew him in Arlington Street. I mean, I could talk for hours, and I'm not gonna. But when I was trying to decide what song to do, I go, what would TJ do? And that's how we can keep him alive, I think, is just use him as a role model for our behavior in social situations, because he was the best. And I'm not going to play a sad song, because what would TJ do? You are the most extraordinary person. You write the most peculiar little tunes. I met you floating when we went boating one afternoon. Well, wasn't it a most amazing meeting? Surrounded by the monsters from the deep, you started to tell me funny stories. I fell asleep. Oh, what a dream. Oh, what a dream it was. Oh, what a dream. Oh, what a dream it was. We went for a ride across the country. I was hungry after traveling so far. You offered me your one and only sandwich. I said, how kind you are. Now wasn't that a most amazing meeting? Everything exactly as it seemed. You are the most extraordinary person I've ever dreamed. Oh, what a dream. Oh, what a dream it was. Oh, what a dream. Oh, what a dream it was. Thank you.
And I'm one of the music instructors at Union Music. I teach bluegrass music, fiddle, mandolin, banjo, guitar. I've known TJ for 10 years, and I would say he was one of the most positive people I've ever met. He was really, it was just enjoyable. I never heard him say anything negative. Probably my favorite thing I enjoyed, he was working and I had to call in to Union about something, and I would hear, Union Music! And, what a wonderful way to sort of greet people who maybe want to take a lesson, or they want to, they want to buy something and so forth. So anyway, This is a big crowd. I'm used to teaching one-on-one, but not to the whole, so I hope I don't mess up too much. I am a pilgrim and a stranger, traveling through this wearisome land. I have a home in yonder city, Lord, Lord, and it's not have a mother and a sister and a brother who have gone this wearisome land. I am determined to meet them soon. So,
it's all right.
oh well.
Thank you for
I'm
that.
used to listening to people, but I want to say it's really a joy to be here. And, you know, you just don't meet many people who you just like instantly. And TJ was one of those people. And I'm glad to know him, and, you know, I'm sure he's going to liven up the other side. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Is that okay? Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Oh, good.
So how you doing?
Thank
Nice
you.
to see you. A lot of people I know, some I don't know. DJ and I went back to the Falcon A. First was hosted by Mike Duffy, then by Matt Cole. We shared a lot of laughs together through those years. Hopefully you would find the next two amusing. We have 9 grandchildren, Cindy and I. This is a quick poem about one of them. It's called The Fusco Buildings. It's my last name. When we take my granddaughter Madison to an event at the DCU Center, I always point to the buildings around the facility and tell her that I own them. When she was little, she would stare in amazement at her grandfather's properties. A parking garage, a hotel, a parking lot, a cigar bar. But now that she's 9, she questions my ownership claims. All these buildings don't belong to you, Papa, she declares. Of course they do, I replied. Look at that tall one. F-U-S-C-O. That's spelled P-H-A-R-M-A-C-Y, she corrects me. Which is Latin for Fusco, I insist. Trying to keep the illusion between us alive. Thanks. And I guess this is probably inappropriate, but I am kind of known in Worcester for my inappropriateness. So. But I retired in January of 2020, right before the plague. But once in a while, I look for part-time work. This is called the fire pit. Hiring experienced dancers, the road sign for Centerfold Gentlemen's Club proclaimed. So I walked in and applied for the position. Do you have any experience, the owner asked me. I'm 68 years old. I've had plenty of experiences, I replied. Can you dance, he asked me. Like Travolta, I replied, and spun into a routine that included the mashed potato, the lawnmower, the fruit, and of course the shopping cart. Show me some skin, the owner commanded, so I stripped down to my tighty-whities with the extra roomy pouch. I start next Wednesday from 3 to 6 during the early bird special. 2-for-1 lap dances at the fire pit. Thank you.
I just wanted to let you know that there's an owl on the church over here. Oh. On the top of it. It's amazing. It's a blessing.
Hello? Here we go. So I had one story that I wanted to tell about TJ that's really funny, but I got to thinking about when I met him. I met him in 1983, and we were playing in a band together, and he started telling me about the Baha'i faith. And, you know, I've come to understand that everybody's talked about how positive he was, and I think that was a big part of it. You know, they kind of had their own 10 commandments, and they were really cool. Like one was men and women should be equal, and science and religion will eventually agree. And he gave me a book to read called Thief in the Night. It was great stuff, you know. I was, about 12 years ago, I guess it was, I was working with these autistic kids. Some were autistic, some weren't. They're all special needs, and this one kid was getting picked on because he looked funny. And I thought of TJ, because one time someone said to TJ, you know what? You kind of look like an ugly chick. And TJ sat there for a minute and he thought, and he goes, yeah, ugly chick. That's me. And we just found it recording a couple years ago of this thing we did with the band we were in at Sir Morgan's Cove. It was like this Monday night thing, and everybody started at like 8, and everybody got a half an hour to play, and you know, we were one of the bands. Didn't pay or anything, but it was just an excuse to play through a really good PA system and play really loud. So he sang lead vocals, and this girl, Ginny, also sang lead vocals, and we were doing this medley of these 3 police tunes, and the last one TJ couldn't sing because it was like way high, you know. And so Ginny would sing that one, and it was called Walking on the Moon, and he started moving like about this slow, and he went from in front of his microphone, like across the floor, down the steps, across the dance floor, he did a couple, like these slow motion somersaults, kind of like the Baywatch thing, you know. And then he gets back up on the stage, and then there was no singing at that point when he got up there. The music was still playing, and he went, "Ow!" And then he said, "I'm howling at the earth." So we've got that on video. If you know, I'm sure we could probably find one copy for you if you want one. The best one though was, you know, he didn't. I don't know when he finally got a car, but in like 1983 he didn't have a car, and I know in 1993 he didn't have a car either. But so we're playing this in this band, and it was 1986, and we played this gig in Athol, and I had this job where like the hours were crazy, and I never knew when to sleep or when not to sleep. And I just said to her after the gig, I was like, I cannot drive to Worcester, and I especially can't drive to Worcester and then drive back to my folks' house. So I said, you know, you're just going to have to sleep in my sister's old room. And he said, oh, that's cool. So we went to my folks' house, and it's like 3 in the morning. And my sister's old room was where my mother kept all her plants. And she'd go up every morning at like 7 a.m. to water them. So, you know, I'm asleep. I've probably been awake like 2 days straight, and I've slept like 4 hours, and my door comes flying open, and my mother goes, "Sean, who's that bimbo in your sister's old room?" And I'm confused because I hadn't slept for a long time, and I'm like, what? And she says, "The bimbo in the room. I told you, you can live here as long as you want. You can't bring bimbos home." I said, "Oh, it's just TJ." And she goes, "I don't care what her name is. I want her out of my house." So that's pretty funny, but the really funny thing was like he walked out in his underwear and he goes, "Hi, Mrs. Lepore. You look lovely today." And she's like, "Oh, aren't you sweet?" And 10 minutes later, he's out on the porch, you know, like having coffee with my parents, and they're like, he's got him eaten out of his hand, you know, and it was just like, I'm sure everybody's got stories about him that are like just as crazy and just as funny, but you know, he was my buddy, and I think I was the first one to know him in the Athol Orange area, because then he'd call me up and be like, "Hey, I know Mike Hickey," and I'm like, "Oh, cool. Hey, I know Jet and Sandy now." And next thing you know, he knew like half the town. He knew people I didn't even know. You know, I mean, I grew up in Petersham, like 10 miles from Athol, so, you know, I knew everybody. But, yeah, he was something, and I'm going to miss him. He was a rare piece of work.
Thank you.
Yes, I know TJ. I worked down the Union Music for a while, and he was a joy. We don't know TJ as well as many of you. Little I know of him, he was always so kind and just a special person. So this is a song you can kind of join in, because everybody knows this song. Down New Orleans, they do when the Saints go marching in. That's what we're going to do. So you can, on the chorus, so please feel free to join right in, okay? Because I feel like it's what we're all about, is that, you know, there's a day of rejoicing. TJ is, you know, when we die, it's not all over. It's just the beginning of life, I believe. And let's start real slow. Oh, when the trumpet shall sound the call, Oh, when the trumpet shall sound the call. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. Oh, when the trumpet shall sound the call. Sing along. Oh, when the saints marching in, go marching in. When the saints go marching in. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. TJ. When the saints go marching in. We are traveling in the footsteps of those who've gone before, and someday we'll be relying on that new and solid shore. Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Marching in, go marching in, when the saints go marching in. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number, when the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching, yeah.
You know, I have a confession to make. I never met TJ, but I feel his presence in everyone here. I feel his presence because Glenn and I have been friends for years, and he talked about TJ and Union Music and all the places he went with just knowing TJ, buying equipment there and doing music lessons, teaching lessons there. And when Glenn said, "Would you come and play with me tonight?" I said, I feel kind of out of place. But I get a sense here that this is not about just a memorial service. This is about celebrating somebody's life that touched so many people. I am so moved by just the quirkiness of this guy. Yeah, I want to know this guy, you know? So, God bless him, you know?
Thank you.
And God bless all of you. Yeah, okay. Morning sun, come the springtime of the morning that you come. I'll be watching and laughing and shouting to the heavenly blue. There will be crying, oh such crying, blinded folks you never knew. Morning sun, come the springtime of the morning that you come. A healing wind will be blowing across creation. The broken hearts of suffering saints will be made new. The eastern sky will show a man in glowing raiments, and the hopes of all your people will come true. Spirits rise morning sun, come the springtime of the morning that you come. I'll be a-laughing and shouting, praying to the heavenly blue. Believing I can lead someone to you. Yes, now I'm hoping, praying, believing I can lead someone like TJ did to you.
It's a night for sadness and celebration. But I wore this shirt 2 years ago. It was June of 2021. TJ, it was my first ever music fest, like a 3-day thing. And TJ went with me, and we just had a blast. I got so many memories. I met TJ a long time ago through a mutual friend, and we had music in common. And then he became a huge fan of my son. So we went to endless number of gigs. Sandy mentioned Myrtle Beach. I was down there in like 2010. I was going down with a bunch of guys, but I went down early just to play golf with TJ. We used to play a lot. Not that a lot, but a few times. He never took the game that seriously, but he would never quit. He never put the ball in his pocket and give up. Back in 2014, I got a call. It was the last minute. September 2014, I got a call. TJ, hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Why? It was road trip. What's up? I got to bring a couple of keyboards out to Infinity Hall in out in Connecticut somewhere. Not the Infinity Hall in Hartford, but so that was awesome. And they gave him some cash tip, and he's like, "Hey, whatever you want, you know, we're buying. It's on me, man." That was just the way he was. Endless number of gigs that we would go to, and he was always there. We had so much fun. And with the golf,
I think that was secondary. He was usually into the birds because he would, he had his binoculars with him. And he was always, and I love birds too, and I love it, but between the story of the owl and just the way he was, I really think like he was reincarnated as a bird. So, I'm getting too weird, but I haven't performed in a long time, so I'm just going to pretend I'm in the shower here. And,
all right.
I've got him. This is a song that was written by John Lennon in 1977 as like a home demo. It's called "Free as a Bird," and I'm going to have at the end. If you all kind of want to join in towards the end, we'll have a little chorus and I think it's good. Are you ready?
Yep.
It's the next best thing to be, free as a bird. Home and dry, like a homing bird I'll fly, as a bird on wing. Whatever happened to the life that we once knew? How can we live without each other? Where did we lose the touch that seemed to mean so much? It always made me feel so free as a bird. It's the next best thing to be, free as a bird. Home and dry, like a bird I'll fly, as a bird on wing. Whatever happened to the life that we once knew? It always made me feel so free as a bird. It's the next best thing to be, free as a bird. Free as a bird. Free as a bird. Ooh.
So I was kind of wondering if there would be a gong here. It was always, it was often on something that TJ would bring with him when he was playing. He'd at some point in the evening go over and bang his gong, which was really exciting.
TJ often did sound for us in the last few years. And it was always a pleasure to have him along. The sound guy is often one of the band, and it's just a delight to work with him.
He'd be grooving. You'd be like, at least there's somebody out there who's really grooving. So it's great to see. So this is something of a tearjerker.
Song written by Vince Gill. I know your life on earth was troubled, and only you could know the pain. Weren't afraid to face the devil, we're no stranger to the rain. Go rest high on that mountain, son, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven and shout, look for the Father in His Son. How we cried the day you left us, gathered around the breeze green. Wish I could see those angels when they hear that sweet voice sing. Go rest high on that mountain, son, your work on earth is done. Heaven is shouting for the Father and the Son. Real high on that mountain, son, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven a shout for the Father and the Son. Go to heaven a shouting for the Son, for the Father and the Son.
Yeah, TJ was at pretty much every single show of mine. So the last show that he was at of mine, I was actually playing at the House of Blues, and I was able to get him and my parents backstage. So that's pretty much the only people I invite, and TJ, because TJ's at every show. So at that show at the House of Blues, so there's kind of like this little hallway backstage where you can kind of run around, and I think TJ and my dad started like running around back there, and you can kind of go on the right side of the stage, and I think the vibe was like, oh, I don't know if we're supposed to like be here or, but you can see the show from there. And I think at one point, TJ was kind of just like watching the show from that point, kind of with his head through the curtains, kind of like, hit with his back towards me, didn't see me coming at all, and I kind of wanted to pretend to be like a security guard or something like that. And I kind of just said something like, hey, like, supposed to be back here? And he looked around kind of, like, the face just dropped. And he saw me, I was like, I gotcha. And he was like, his heart dropped, and he was like, oh my gosh. Like, I think after that, like 20 minutes later, he just turned to me, he was like, you got me so good back there. It was good, man. Yeah, there's always a positive vibe with him, and he was always shouting my songs from the crowd. I was about to play a song, he'd be like, play this one! And he was pretty much, there for the very first shows when no one else was there, but just him, right front and center, taking up the whole dance floor, as he did, and so we have a lot of great video, by the way. But I think someone else had also said earlier that they wanted to play a fun song because that's what TJ would have also done. But I don't know a lot of fun songs. I don't know sad songs. But this one kind of came to me, and it changed the meaning because I always kind of interpreted it into a kind of relationship breakup, and I haven't really experienced much loss. So when this kind of happened, that song and the meaning kind of changed for me. And this is it's called Before You Go. My guitar's very quiet, by the way. Fell by the wayside, like everyone else. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, but I was just kidding myself. Every moment I start to replay, 'cause now that they're gone, all I hear are the words that I needed to say. When you hurt under the surface, like troubled water running cold. Well, time can heal, but this won't. So, before you go, was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If only I'd known you had a storm to weather. So, before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? Kills me how your mind can make you feel so worthless. So, before you go, it was never the right time. Whenever you called, went little by little until there was nothing at all. Every moment I started to play. Now that they're gone, all I hear are the words that I needed to say. When you hurt under the surface, like troubled water running cold. Well, time can heal, but this won't. So, before you go, was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If
only I'd known you had a storm to wither so. Before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? Kills me how your mind can make you feel so worthless. So before you go, will we be better off by now if I let my walls come down? Maybe I guess we'll never know. Getting up before you go. Was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If only I'd have known you had a storm to wither so. Before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? Kills me how your mind can make you feel so worthless. So before you go.
Hey everybody. Hi. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
So, I didn't know TJ that well. My mom dated him when I was a little kid. I'm talking, I couldn't have been older than like 6. And I used to see him come by through the house all the time, and I thought he was the coolest guy I'd ever met. But I noticed that he only ever drank a bottle of water. Mind you, I'm like 5 or 6 years old. I can't get enough of Sprite and juice and all the sugary drinks. So I asked him one day, I was like, I've only ever seen you drink a bottle of water. Why is that? He looked me dead in the eye and said, dude, there is nothing on this planet that tastes better than water. That burned into my mind. Mind you, I may have been around him for like 3 hours total, my entire lifespan. Here I am, like 28 years later, I only drink water. Remember that he used to drive a motorcycle with like a black milk carton just zip tied to the front of it? A little basket?
Thank you. Let's hear for the road crew.
This is Sarah Groupie.
Hello.
Let's go sound guy.
All right, thank you. It's an honor to be playing here. I knew TJ for quite a few years, and we were good friends. But anyways, I'm going to do this song for him. It's called Willing. Rain, driven by the snow, I'm drunk and dirty. Don't you know that I'm still willing? Out on the road late last night, I seen my pretty Alice in the heavy headlight. Alice, Alice, Alice. I've been from Tucson into Kincari. Thought you'd be the tone upon every kind of rig that's ever been made. Hey, driven the back road so we can get away. Hey, Jimmy weed, white sand wine, show me a sign. You willing? Oh, that's right.
but I'm still on my feet, and I'm still willing. Smoking some smokes, folks down in Mexico. I get baked by the sun every time I go to Mexico. I'm still. I've been from Tucson to Tucumcari, but I should be torn apart. Driven every kind of rig that's ever been made. Hey, driven the back road so it can wait. Give me whites and wine. Show me a sign. Be willing to be willing. I'll be willing. I'll be willing.
Thank you. And every time I've been at his presence, it's felt enlightening. And like, kind of one of the best things that could happen to you is being in a space with this guy, because he's very real and uplifting. And glad y'all knew him. So I'm going to offer up something that came to me a ways back, a little tone poem. And I guess a good place to start is with all the birds we've been discussing tonight and the flight of it all. Because the poem is about really kind of the journey, about, anyway, my fantasy about what happens after we leave our body. So I think a good place to start is with the birds. It's taking off and bringing us wherever we may go. So it's kind of a little bit about that. It's a real short poem. It's called Traveling Light, and it goes, well, you're traveling light, you're traveling to the light, you're traveling through the light, and now you're traveling light. And the place that you are bound, it lies beyond the sound and the silence of the stars are the hymns of angels' cries. Now all we're going to do is play it. Kind of nervous.
You good? We're listening. Can't hear him.
Well, you're traveling light. Now you're traveling through the light. Now you're traveling through the light. Now you're traveling light. I'm kind of nervous. I'm going to try one more time, a little mulligan here.
Keep going. Can you turn him up just a little?
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful. Just keep going.
Well, you're traveling light. Now you're traveling to the light. Yeah, you're traveling through the light. Yeah, you're traveling light. And the place that you are bound, it lies beyond the sound and the silence of the stars, while the hymns of angels cry. Hear them angels cry. Hear them angels cry. light. Yeah, you're traveling to the light. Now you're traveling light. Yeah, you're traveling light. And the place that you were bound, it lies beyond the sound and the silence of the sark on the ends of angels' cry. Hear them angels cry. Cry, 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 cry. Cry, 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 cry.
Said about TJ Peavey. He would even laugh at me for throwing his name on it. Because life is like that. I too looked for the beer song, the beer bubble up song. I couldn't find it.
It's really magic.
I know who does it, and I still couldn't find it. But I did find another goofy song about beer, which I'll sing because, you know, TJ. But I also just take a moment to say a lot of us, you know, we're sitting here with this mixture of wanting to cry and wanting to laugh. And it's okay to do both.
Right.
Life can be hard and short, and one thing that'll take the sting out of mortality is getting to meet somebody like TJ Peavey. So hold on to those memories. This is a Robert Earl Keen song. He's mentioned in the song. This is a Todd Schneider song. If you haven't heard Todd before, take a little bit of Willie Nelson and a little bit of Jerry Jeff Walker. Add some of the absurdity of Robin Williams, and now you're talking. It's called Beer Run. I've never done it before. I'll probably trip all over it, and that's okay too. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All I need is a 10 or a 5 or a car and a key, a sober driver. B-double-E-R-U-N, beer run. A couple of guys from Abilene drove out all night to see Robert Earl Keen down at the Peavey Swan and Saturday dance. Wore baseball caps and khaki pants. Lots of good time. Wanted cigarettes to save a little money. They got one from the hippie who smelled kind of funny, and next thing you know, they were both pretty hungry and kind of thirsty too. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All I need is a 10 and a 5 or a car and a key, a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Found a store with a sign that said their beer was the coldest, so they sent in Brad. He looked the oldest. Got a case of beer and a candy bar. Walked over to where the registers are. Laid his fake ID on the countertop. Clerk looked up, turned, stopped, said, "Son, I'm not gonna call the cops, but I'm gonna have to keep this card." The guys took it pretty hard. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 or a 5 or a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Well, I found this other old hippie named Sleepy John, claimed to be the one from the Robert Earl Keen song, gave him all that cash, they went and bought him some brew. It was a beautiful day out in Santa Cruz. They were feeling so good it should have been a crime. Made it back in the front seats just in time. They sang "The road goes on forever and the party never ends." Their favorite song, B-double-E-double-R-U-N, they run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, they run. All I need is a 10 or a 5 or a car and a key, a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Come on, sing that with me. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run.
So I knew him as Young T, and I only knew him from the Folk in A. I didn't know if he had car trouble, he didn't know if I had car trouble, I didn't know if he was having trouble with something. Everything was all around the mic and about music. So that's all I knew about him. And everybody's saying a lot of nice things, but to be honest with you, in such a great way, I thought the guy was nuts. And I'm half expecting that door to open and him to come out and go, ah, I gotcha. Ah, I gotcha. But we used to like, I loved his jokes, he loved my jokes, and we just played songs, but I don't know how to play a funny one, so I'm going to play something that I kind of think would, hopefully it works. Up in the morning, out on the job, work like the devil for my pay. But that lucky old sun, it's got nothing to do but roll around here all day. Fuss with my woman, toil with my kids, sweat till I'm wrinkled and gray. But that lucky old sun, it's got nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Lord above, don't you see me crying? See those tears rolling down my eyes. Show me that cloud with the silver lining and lift me up to paradise. Show me that river, help me across, wash all my troubles away. Like that lucky old sun, got nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Roll around heaven, roll around heaven all day. Nothing to do but roll around heaven like that lucky old sun.
Hi everyone, my name is Liam.
I grew up in Worcester and was at Union Music all the time through middle school and high school. And I didn't know TJ that well, but whenever I saw him and asked for the most expensive guitar on the wall that he knew I was not going to buy or could afford at the time, he would happily still give it to me. So, I primarily play bass, but I wrote an instrumental original for TJ this week.
Wow. All right.
Hey, babies.
Hey.
I first encountered the enigma of TJ Peavey on a Monday night at Sir Morgan's Cove back in the 80s. He was playing with Mundo Mojo at the time. And Monday night for Danimal, you don't get paid. And we actually went on at midnight on a Monday, so no money. But I remember looking across, TJ went on at like 9 p.m. and wondering what the heck was just happened. Yeah, and then sitting here tonight though, I just flashed back. Him and I played a gig in Connecticut once, a ukulele gig, and we thought we were going to die. And I totally forgot about that memory until this evening sitting here. And it just, wow. I mean, what a great testament to a great person. He was a beacon of light. He really was. So, as for what TJ would do, is a ukulele song about death. I remember when my father-in-law was going to die, one of my coworkers came up to me and he said, "Hey, how's it going?" And I said, "Well, the fat lady hasn't sung, but she's waiting in the wings." And I said, "Wait a minute, that's a great line for a song." So this song's called Fat Lady. Fat lady hasn't sung, but she's waiting in the wings, holding her book full of broken dreams, standing there waiting for her turn, feeling the spotlights shine and burn. That's how it goes and how it feels. Ain't it slow how time heals? If I had to, I'd do it all again. Sit and listen as she sings all about life and what it means. A long song that's happy and sad, about what you did and who you had. That's how it goes and how it feels. Ain't it slow how time heals? If I had to, I'd do it all again. Fat lady, she has left the stage, leaving that book on an open page. A long song that's happy and sad, about what you did and who you had. That's how it goes and how it feels. Ain't it slow how time heals? If I had to, I'd do it all again. So, however though, if we do sing, and thank you Peter for this one, we release oxytocin. So, guys, help me out. Let's fill this room with oxytocin. But that's how it goes and how it feels. Ain't it slow how time heals? But if I had to, I'd do it all again. If I had to, I'd do it all again. God bless TV, TJ, and God bless you all.
I have one really quick.
The mic's not on.
It's not on?
No.
Now it is, okay. So, T came out water skiing with me a couple of times, so this is a few years ago. And one day, we were having a great time, all my friends were out there, and there was a storm coming in. And it was an amazing storm. I mean, it was like a microburst. There were broken trees when we were driving home. But we jumped out of the boat, we got in our cars. T was in my car, it was a Bronco, it was a pretty good sized Bronco. And the storm hit, and the car was shaking. And I'm holding on to the steering wheel going, oh no, we're gonna die. And TJ's going, yeah! It was crazy. It was really good to see him going like that, because it made me feel a little bit better. We'd like to sing the song. It's called Gee Baby, Ain't I Good to You? Nobody treats you the way that I do. Gee baby, ain't I good to you? Nothing in this world too good for a boy so sweet and so true. Gee baby, ain't I good to you? I bought you a fur coat for Christmas and a diamond ring and a big Cadillac car. Everything. Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee baby, ain't I good to you? Nobody treats you the way that I do. Gee baby, ain't I good to you? Nothing in this world too good for a boy so sweet and so true. Gee baby, ain't I good to you? I bought you a fur coat for Christmas and a diamond ring and a big Cadillac car. Everything. Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee baby, ain't I good to you? Gee baby, oh ain't I good to you?
I got to know TJ around 1980. I was playing with a guy, Bob Largess, from North Grafton.
1, 2.
And all of a sudden, this guy was at every single gig. And we hung out for a couple of years. Grew into Yes and all kinds of psychedelic music. And TJ's Bomb. You remember the Bomb? Oh my God. But anyways, years went by. A year or two later, I wasn't playing music anymore. I was pursuing a career. Everything was at home, was have kids build a couple of houses and be a senior vice president. Isn't that fun? But anyway, Borders, open mic. I walk in and there's TJ, and I'm like, oh my God. And we were back. And every time I'd show up, he'd ask me, can I play some Neil? So, so it has to be a Neil Young song. this really kind of captures the essence of who he was, because the name of the song is Natural Beauty, and everything he cared about. Emotions have to take me on. I heard a newborn baby cry in the night. I heard a silent echo die wall of video sound. Somewhere deep inside of my soul, the natural beauty should be preserved like a monument to nature. Don't judge yourself too harsh, my love, 'cause someday you might find yourself endangered. The natural beauty should be preserved like a monument. Amazon, you have so much, but now so much is gone. What are you gonna do with your life? What a lucky man who saw the earth before it touched his hand. What an angry fool to condemn. More night to go. One more sleep upon your burning banks. The greedy man never knows what he's done. The natural beauty should be preserved like a monument to nature. Don't judge yourself so harsh, my love, but someday you might find yourself endangered. The natural beauty should be preserved like a monument to nature. To the rodeo today, saw the cowgirls lined up on the fence, a brand new Chevrolet, brand new pair of seamless pants. We watched the moment of defeat played back up upon the video screen. Somewhere deep inside of my soul, beauty should be preserved like a monument to nature. The natural beauty should be preserved like a monument to
Here I am. We're going to do a special tribute to TJ.
We were lucky, Lydia and I were lucky enough to have TJ do sound for us a few times. And,
he used to pick us up, bring us to the gig.
Like we were, rock stars.
No, I told him it's because we're old.
Set everything up, introduce us, and sit there and
he's a sweetheart.
make us feel.
There's been a lot of passing, but when I heard that TJ was gone, because I was trying to find him to do sound for a gig, I just burst out crying. I just couldn't believe it, because I'd seen him only, I think it was a month ago, and he looked just fine. Bless his heart.
Lydia did the the open mic here for 5 years. And TJ would come, very often. And, I had 3 words every time he would perform, and it was, now that's entertainment.
TJ was the face of Sunshine.
I'm just gonna make sure I got this shot. Here for the camera person. Okay. There we go.
Sunshine on a cloudy day, when it was cold outside, we had the month of May. I guess you say, what could make us feel this way? TJ, talking about TJ, TJ. I had so much honey, bees envied me. There was a sweeter song than the birds all in the tree.
I've been fortunate enough to know TJ as long as many people here, but I met him about a year and a half ago as I started doing the open mics at Peavey Music. I never done an open mic before and decided to give it a try. And went down there, and TJ was just incredible, very welcoming, encouraging myself and other musicians to give it a try. And after that, I kind of went every month. It was really almost one of the highlights of my month. I really look forward to the first Saturday of the month to go to the open mic. And it's really unbelievable. It's like, I guess 2 months ago was my last open mic there with TJ. I couldn't believe that there was no open mic after that. And so this song I'm going to do is one of the songs I think I did, probably the first song I did the open mic, or one of the first ones there. It's a song by the Kings called Too Much on My Mind.
There's too much on my mind. There's too much on my mind. And I can't sleep at night thinking about it. I'm thinking all the time. There's too much on my mind. It seems there's more to life than just to live it. There's too much on my mind, and there is nothing that I can say. Too much on my mind, and there is nothing that I can do about it. About it. My thoughts just weigh me down and drag me to the ground, and shake my head till there's no more life in me. It's growing in my brain, I'll never be the same. My poor demented mind is slowly going. There's too much on my mind, and there is nothing that I can say. Too much on my mind, and there is nothing that I can do about it. About it. There's too much on my mind.
Thank you.
I'm Mark Landry. I remember TJ from the old Animal days. We used to cross paths back in Ralph's and Cove. And I ran into him again the open mic at Union recently. And he liked this song, so he had a cover. It's a Lou Reed song called Satellite of Love. Satellite goes up in the sky. Things like that drive me out of my mind. I watched it for a little while. I like to watch things on TV. Satellite of love, satellite of love, satellite of love, satellite of love. Satellite goes straight up to Mars. Will be filled with parking cars. I watched it for a little while. I love to watch things on TV. Satellite of love, satellite of love, satellite of love, satellite of love. I've been told that you've been bold with Harry, Mark, and John. Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday with Harry, Mark, and John.
up in the sky. Things like that drive me out of my mind. I watched it for a little while. I love to watch things on TV. Satellite of love, satellite of love, satellite of love, satellite of love. Satellite
Sing along if you want.
of love, satellite of love, satellite of love, satellite of love.
Great.
I'm Pat Steffen. I knew TJ through Union Music open mic nights. And I sat here tonight and listened. I had a pile of music like this back there, waiting for the muse to hit me on which of those songs to use in that pile. So I'll use this one. None of you have ever heard it, but acknowledged by a band that was called South 65, which is the interstate that runs through Nashville. And had fun learning about this group that did this called South 65. So it's called Random Acts of Senseless Kindness. I picked up the morning paper. The headlines were no surprise. A random act of senseless kindness was committed last night. It seems the whole world has gone crazy, that something needs to be done. So starting today, I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna repay someone with a random act of senseless kindness, an unexpected hand to help remind us a little bit of love is the cure for hate. It's easy to give up, but it's never too late. A single step in the right direction, person to person, making a connection. We can change the world that's become so violent with a random act of senseless kindness. How I long to live the simple life where we were still friends. How the sidewalks leading downtown were safe to walk back then. The classrooms and the schoolyards were havens for our kids. Well, it's a long way back, but we can get on track. Today's a good day to begin with a random act of senseless kindness, unexpected hand to help remind us a little bit of love is the cure for hate. It's easy to give up, but it's never too late. A single step in the right direction, person to person, making a connection. We can change the world that's become so violent with a random act of senseless kindness. the random act of senseless kindness. One other thing that came to mind while I said that, I'd rather be nowhere else tonight. I'm an engineer, so I know these equations here, and I know music equals life, TJ equals music, TJ equals life.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay, I'm Eleonora. I knew TJ from Bocanet, which was so much fun for so long. He also helped me down at Union Music pick out almost every instrument I ever bought for my kids or myself: guitars, ukuleles, trumpets, saxophones, harmonicas. Yeah, and he always just made everybody feel, including a very shy woman in her late 40s, early 50s who was afraid to ever stand up in front of people and do anything. This was one of the favorite poems he liked me to read, and so whenever I went out when he was there, I tried to read it, and he used to sing the song for me whenever I was out. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, you can't tell, because I was going through a really hard time. So he used to sing that for Eleonora. I love him, loved him, I'll always love him. He was a special guy. Honing stones. You were only a cloud that I passed through. Don't worry, sweet baby, I'll get over you, if that is what you want me to do. You are a necessary fling, exchange of ohms, that's all. Remember, it was I who came to call. We are all just each other's honing stones. You were only a dream down in the deep, formulated to wake me from my deep, long sleep. I passed through you, you passed through me. Neither one is now who we used to be. We are only each other's honing stones. You think I don't, but now I know. I do know you. I breathe in deeply what I pass through. If you are honest, you will see. Now you know, you feel through me. Misty fog banks softly, slowly rolling in, gently caressing naked skin. Shrouded clouds of mystery, changing each other's history. We had no choice, no power, no say about lost childhoods or painful yesterdays. But tomorrow's thoughts, tomorrow's loves and dreams have now been changed by very human scenes. We all are but each other's honing stones. In this little game of hearts, hide and seek each other's parts. Though the time we spent was small, inside my soul I felt, I learned it all. Whispering winds blew through the trees. You cannot shake me like the leaves to the ground beneath your feet. I flew, I'm gone, uplifted with your touch, your kiss, your breath. Bittersweet echoes now are all that is left. You were only a dream down in the deep, formulated to wake me from my dark, long sleep. I passed through you, you passed through me. Neither one is now who we used to be. You were only a cloud that I passed through. Don't worry, sweet one, I'll get over you, if that is what you want me to do. A necessary fling, exchange of ohms, that's all. I'm not sorry I came to call, for we are only each other's honing stones. We are all only each other's honing stones.
Thank you. Union Music. He was just a beautiful soul. Just joy was the one word I would think of when I think of him. He would always say, "Who do we have here?" Here's a song by Dawes. With his back against
against the San Francisco traffic on the bridge's side that faces towards the jail, setting out to join a demographic. He hoists his first leg up over the rail. Phone calls made, police cars show up quickly. Sergeant slams his passenger door. He says, "Hey son, why don't you talk through this with me? Tell me what you're doing it for." Oh, it's a little bit of everything. It's the mountain, it's the fog, it's the news at 6 o'clock, it's the death of my first dog, it's the angels up above me, it's the song that they don't sing. It's a little bit of everything. There's an older man who stands in a buffet line. He is smiling, holding out his plate. The further he looks back into his timeline, the hard road that led him to today. Thinking back to when his bright future had left him. Thinking back to when his only son is gone. Letting everything out his server asked him. Have you figured it out yet, what it is you want? It's just a little bit of everything. Biscuits and the beans, whatever helps me to forget about things that brought me to my knees. So pile on those mashed potatoes and an extra chicken wing. I'm getting a little bit of everything. Somewhere a pretty girl is writing invitations to a wedding she has scheduled for the fall. Her man says, "Baby, can I make an observation? You don't seem to be having any fun at all." She said, "You just worry about your groomsmen and your shirt size. Rest assured, this is making me feel good. I think that love is so much easier than you realize. You can give yourself to someone, then you should. It's a little bit of everything. The way you choke, the way you wake. It's getting up before you so I can watch you when you wake. On that day in late September, it's not some stupid little ring. I'm getting a little bit of everything."
All right.
I remember when I was
Okay, we're starting up.
still in middle school, I was trying to find something to do. I was, sick and tired of just going to and fro from school and, not really having any outside activities. So I took piano lessons with Nat Needle for a little while. And I don't trust me to play the piano, save my life. I didn't learn much. But he did do his lessons over at Union Music, and that's where I met TJ. He told me about the open mic they had at Union Music, and I just kept going. And then I learned that Nat Needle had an open mic he was starting, a new cafe, John Henry's Hammer. I just kind of went with everything. Even a Fulton Inn for a little while. Wow. I don't know what happened to that one. I don't know if this was still long enough. I haven't been in a while. This one is this one's called Forever and Ever at Amen. You may think that I'm talking foolish. You heard that I'm wild and I'm free. You know how. And I promise you now, this love that I feel for you always will be. But you're just not time that I'm giving. I'm no longer one of those guys. As sure as I live, this love that I give is gonna be yours until the day that I die. Oh baby, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, as long as the women sit and talk about old men, I wonder how long I'll be faithful. I'll be happy to tell you again. Oh, I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, amen. This time takes its toll on your body, makes a young girl's brown hair turn gray. But honey, I don't care. I ain't in love with your hair. If it all fell out, well, I love you anyway. They say time can play tricks on a memory, make people forget things they knew. Well, it's easy to see. Well, it's happening to me. Well, I've already gotten every woman but you. Oh, darling, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, as long as the women sit and talk about old men, how long that I will be faithful. Well, just listen to how the song ends. Well, I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, amen. Well, I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, amen.
I could have written it for TJ. It really is about him when you listen to the words. So, let's see if I can get through it. It's called For My Friends, and in Spanish, Para Mis Amigos.
friends who've gone away, for my friends who could not stay, for my friends who we miss every day. May you flourish where you are, be it near or be it far. May your music fill the air in every way. We can still see your faces, your smiles in happy places, your love and your warmth all around. Though your presence is gone, we know we must go on, live our lives the way you would want us to. Times we spent together, mild or stormy weather, got us through the bad times and the good. You are always in our hearts, we feel your presence there. To think of you is to love and to share. For my friends who've gone away, for my friends who could not stay, for my friends who we miss every day. May you flourish where you are, be it near or be it far. May your music fill the air in every way. For my friends who've gone away, for my friends who couldn't stay, for my friends who we miss every day. May you flourish where you are, be it near or be it far. May your music fill the air every day.
First met TJ at the open mics when he was doing them at Union Music. I've done a lot of them out in Western Mass, that's where I come from, and once I started doing them around here and met TJ, I knew he was something special, that he was so positive in the way he ran them. And I had a song to do with Hans playing with me, and we had planned to do it on May 6th. I last saw TJ on April 1st on that open mic. And with due respect to everybody here that had known him for a long time, I just have to say on April 1st, he looked totally normal. When I came down to Union Music on May 6th, that Keith told me that you passed away. It was like a punch in the gut. Because how could that happen? Somebody so nice that looked so totally normal just a month ago. Anyway, I'm going to do the song, we're going to do the song that I would have done May 6th with TJ mentioned. I was so impressed with the way he ran open mics. A song that came out years ago called Let's Work Together. Goes something like this. Dave and I'm here. Dave and I'm here to make you smile. Don't worry, we'll be done in a while. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. To people, together we will stand. Every boy, girl, woman, and a man. 2 or 3 minutes, 2 or 3 hours. What does it work together. Come on, let's work together. Come on, people. Together we stand. Every boy, girl, woman, and a man. TJ introduced us, each and every act. No one does it better, and that's fact. Let's work together. Come on, let's work together. Come on, people. Together we will stand. Every boy, girl, woman, and a man. Take it, Hans. Now it's time to go. Song's coming to an end. Glad that you have listened. We can still be friends. Let's work together. Gotta work together. Come on, people. Together we will stand. Every boy, girl, woman, and a man. Together we will stand. Every boy, girl, woman, and a man. We'll miss you, TJ.
My name is Rich, and like a lot of the people here, first met TJ at Union Music. And from there went to the Folk and A. That's where I started playing guitar, at the Folk and A. So I picked this song for him, and I'm sure he's going to like it. I hope.
Test. So, like everybody else, we all have great memories of young T. I, like a lot of the other people, met him at the Folk and Aid at the Webster House, and it went on from there. But my favorite story about young T is that when I go places, I don't want to stand out in the crowd. I sort of like want to blend in. And we were at the Botanical Garden in West Boylston, and we were watching a concert. I want to say it was She's Busy or something. And he was the sound guy. And there was 6 of us way back in the end. And I saw T walking down the middle of the aisle. And again, he's got a mic in his hand, he's checking the sound. He saw me, and he waved to me, and how you doing, T? He turned around, got halfway up, the place was completely silent. He turned around with his mic and goes, "Kevin Brady, I love you, man!" And I thought, "Oh." But he had a way of making you smile, not even saying anything. So, the song I picked out, I think is appropriate because he was a friend of everybody's. And the song I picked out is He Was a Friend of Mine.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know what it is.
Huh.
He was a friend of mine. He was a friend of mine. Every time I think about it now, Lord, I just can't keep from crying. 'Cause he was a friend of mine. He died on the road. He died on the road. He never had enough money to pay his room and board, but he had a friend of mine. I stole away and cried. I stole away and cried, 'cause I never had too much money. I never been quite satisfied, and he was a friend of mine. Never done no wrong. He never done no wrong. 1,000 miles from home, he never harmed no one, and he was a friend of mine. Was a friend of mine. He was a friend of mine. Every time I hear his name, Lord, I just can't